All right, everyone. Welcome. I hope everybody had a good April vacation. This is just going to be a brief presentation. For those that don't know me, I'm Miss LaBeth. I'm one of the school counselors here for students with last names R through Z. It's great to see all of your lovely faces in one space again. I hope everybody had a great break. The purpose of this presentation is just a quick little information session about some things that you can do during the spring and summer to set yourselves up for success senior year. I would kindly ask if we could all put our phones away, headphones out, and give me your undivided attention. You will all get a super informative handout at the end of the presentation, chock full of QR codes and information to help you to start thinking about steps after high school. Okay, so can you believe it? It's almost senior year. I have a countdown on my whiteboard going. There's like 34 and a half school days left before summer. And then you guys are going to be seniors, which is absolutely wild. You might be feeling like this little kitty cat right now, a little stressed, a little frazzled for sure. You all went to advisory presentations in December with Mrs. Lontine in the Career Center. She did a more in-depth overview of post-secondary options for you after high school, so you've heard about those, and now is the time to dive deep into further research and narrow down your options. An important thing to remember is to avoid the comparison game. People in your peer group, they might know already, all right, I'm applying to these schools early, I'm going to try for this scholarship. If you're not there yet, please do not worry about it. This process can feel very overwhelming, and this presentation, again, is going to answer the question, what you can do this spring and summer to set yourself up for success. So here's the big picture. These are your options after high school: trade school, community college, four-year school, apprenticeship, military, gap year, full-time job. Ultimately, all of these options kind of file into three main categories: enrollment, enlistment, or employment. So what should you be doing absolutely in this moment right now? You should be finishing your junior year strong. Whether you're college-bound, military-bound, wanting to jump right into a trade program after high school, your final junior year grades are the first and foremost most important thing that schools and recruiters will be looking at for you. So it's about putting in the work till the last 34 days of school, doing well on your finals, and finishing this year strong. Another thing you can be doing is exploring educational opportunities outside of Marshwood High School for next year to dive deep into those interests. A lot of you, all of you hopefully, have gone through course selection at this point. Maybe your senior year schedule is filled with a lot of electives you might not be that interested in taking. I'm going to go over in a second some dual enrollment and ELO opportunities that you can take advantage of. Like I said, diving deeper into colleges, universities, military and training programs to figure out what's right for you, and scheduling your junior meeting with your school counselor so we can have an individualized conversation with you about your plans and your goals for next year. In the handout we'll send out to you, all of our QR codes are there. You'll be able to scan that and book a meeting with us before the end of the year. So diving into some course opportunities for you. Anybody here taking a dual enrollment class now? Show of hands. All right, a few of you, fantastic. For those of you who might not be aware of what dual enrollment classes are, they are the ability to earn community college credit and high school credit. Some of your peers right now are taking classes such as Intro to Healthcare, Environmental Science, Personal Finance online through any of our main community college for free tuition, and you can earn high school elective credit through those courses. Definitely, you'll have to have time management skills, being able to independently log in every day and put in that work. It is an increased level of rigor, but it's a great opportunity for you to dive deep into college level course load if that's something you want to pursue after high school. And there'll be a link, I'm going to send this slideshow to your advisors as well on how to get started with that process. Extended learning opportunities, or ELOs. Mr. Scully is the ELO coordinator for us. It's opportunities for you to engage in a hands-on independent study in a topic of your choosing. Right now, this year, some of your peers are learning sign language. Some of your peers are doing app development, being really creative in the engineering field. Some of your peers are working with conservation areas locally because they want to be a fish and game warden after high school. So there are lots of different opportunities. If you want to dive deep into an interest and earn elective credit for that, you can contact Mr. Scully and set up a meeting with him to get that process started. If you are college bound or thinking about it, an important thing to do right now is find some schools that are your fit. College fit narrowed down into 3 different categories: academic and testing admission, determined by the college, right? So on the college's website, you can find the average GPA, test score. Some schools recommend or require a certain amount of years of foreign language or other requirements depending on major. Social and academic fit. Does the school have your major? Did you play sports in high school and you want to continue that in college? Were you part of any clubs and you want to develop that leadership role moving on from Marshwood High School? Financial fit is another very important one, determined by your family. So it's important to start having those conversations during the spring and summer about what is realistic for you and your family. And when you're a senior and you have your senior meeting, we'll dive deeper into those conversations a little more. But it's important to be aware of the sticker price. So when you Google UNH cost of attendance, you'll get a number, but then you also have to think about the cost of books, parking pass. If you want to live on campus, there's an additional cost associated with that. 6 to 8 schools is a great number to have when you're developing your college list, and you want to have a solid balance of safety, target, and reach schools. So safety schools, your GPA and your test scores meet those requirements. Target schools, most of the application criteria is met, and then a reach school, your scores are on the low end, but you ultimately won't know if you get into a school unless you apply. And there is a QR code for a really nice college search tool called Big Future through the College Board. You'll be able to major or filter by major, school size, all of that stuff to narrow it down for you. Another important event happening tomorrow night is a financial aid planning workshop. A representative from FAME, which is our local financial aid organization, is hosting an informational session to start talking with students and families about paying for higher education. So it'd be a great opportunity for you and your families to be there. If you are military or career bound, you'll really want to find your fit and think about different options. Exploring military branches. What is your career objective and your goal? Do you want to be a long-term member of the military? Do you want to use military experience as a stepping stone to move towards another career? What are your skill set? And how does each brand of the military align with the things that you're good at? ROTC programs. UMaine and Husson are a couple of examples of local schools that have ROTC programs. They will give you money if you commit to service after you graduate from college. So if you're looking to study in higher ed and move forward to the military, that's a good option for you. If you have veterans in your family, have conversations with them. People who have served, what was their experience like? How did that set them up for success? If you're looking into full-time work after high school, think about what kind of career you want. What's important to you? Not just how much money you'll be making, right? It's about what will you be doing every day? Will you be responsible for a team of people? Benefits, right? You're going to want to be able to retire when you are older. Do you want vacation time, paid leave? There are great local companies in the area like Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, Bath Iron Works, Pratt & Whitney that do on-the-job apprenticeship training. So while you may do an unpaid internship and get that job exposure, but don't get a paycheck, there are places in the area where they'll pay you quite well, and then you can start at a higher level when you're done the apprenticeship. So what you should be doing this summer: touring and visiting schools, programs, meeting with recruiters. You can look up the admissions website for any university, and there should be a giant button in some format that says visit us or schedule a tour. And then you'll be able to see what the school is like. You really won't know if a school is the right fit for you unless you are on their campus. And it's better to do it when the weather is really nice in the summer and early fall rather than the cold, dreary winter. So I recommend scheduling those. Organizing materials required for the application process, and then finalizing your list. So application materials and requirements. I'm just going to breeze over these quickly. If you're college bound, you want to think about when you want to apply to school. You had a more in-depth conversation about this in December, but early decision deadlines are binding. If you apply to the school and you get in, you have to go. Early action, if you're able to get your ducks in a row early and get accepted, you're more eligible for merit scholarships. Then there's a regular decision deadline, and there's rolling, where the school reviews applications as they receive them. Letters of recommendation. It's important to start thinking about how many letters you need and from whom. Some schools will specify whether you need a high school counselor letter or a teacher letter, so think about that. College essay, start a draft. The Common App essay prompts are already out for when you are applying as seniors next year. We'll be holding college essay workshops throughout May to get you guys start to thinking about that, so be on the lookout for that in your emails. Standardized testing requirements. Many schools have gone SAT optional. That doesn't mean that some of the schools that you are applying to will not require them. Some of them are still requiring SAT scores. And it's an important opportunity, if you took the SAT in March, to look at your scores, figuring out where you are in the percentile and whether or not you want to take the SAT again or even take the ACT. You can apply for registration on the College Board's website for that. Military or career bound, building and updating your resume. There are tons of online templates online, and we'll be coordinating resume writing workshops as well, so be on the lookout for that. Apply to jobs in areas of interest. If you don't already have a summer job, thinking about making money, saving up, we have a job board that we update regularly. That's a digital Google Doc, and we put in job opportunities as we receive them. Get connected with a local recruiter or employers in the area. Prepare to take the ASVAB in the fall. Some of you might have taken it in October this year. That's a great way, is if you know you want to do military and career, but you're not sure exactly where you want to end up. It's a great assessment that measures, it's an aptitude test, so it's a great assessment that measures your skills and it identifies your strengths and matches you up with military branches or employment opportunities that align with those strengths. And like I mentioned previously, the apprenticeship programs from the shipyard and Bath Iron Works are wonderful opportunities as well. So what are some things you should have ready by the fall? So when you schedule your senior meeting in the fall with your school counselor, if you're a college bound, you should have a full list of schools. You should have at least visited a couple of schools or at least have those tour schedules. You should have ideas for the teachers that you want to ask for letters of recommendation and what you need and require for those college applications. If you are military bound, you want to have maybe an idea of what branch you want to consider. You want to start setting up a meeting with a local recruiter, know about career opportunities and educational benefits that come with ROTC and enlisting. If you're career bound, your resume is complete, or at least mostly complete. You've reviewed the hiring processes of the jobs that you want to consider once you graduate and continue to brainstorm ideas for yourself. If you're not even sure if any of these options are what you might want to do, you might want to take a gap year. There are tons of programs out there that involve travel, that involve community service, where you can have the opportunity to earn college credit too, and kind of figure out what is the next step for you taking a gap year or a semester after you graduate. So connecting with programs, asking those questions, and kind of thinking about financial resources associated with that as well. I just flew through that. That was a lot of information. Does anybody have any questions that are burning? Ooh, okay. What do you have? So Sky just asked, if you apply to multiple colleges through early decision and you get into those colleges, what's the next step for you? So when you apply to early decision for a school, there's a contract that you sign that explicitly states if you get into this school and you commit, you have to then withdraw your other applications to those schools. So there'll be a process, and you'll be able to meet with your school counselor about that as well. Do you have a question over here? Yeah. Length requirements, okay. Yeah, so Logan just asked about length requirements for a college essay. I want to say it's 650 words, and there are a list of prompts for you to choose from. It's better to have a longer essay than trim it up versus to not have enough information and have to add more. So 650 words is the requirement for the Common App essay. Yes? Yes, so this student just asked, can we take the ASVAB test, or where do we take it? So we are continuing to offer the ASVAB here once a year, every October. If you take it here and you want to retest, there are certain length requirements if you want to take it again, and then depending on how quickly you want to retake it, then you may have to look for an outside local area test site. But we offer it here for free each year in October. Any other questions? Cool. All right, well, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. Please grab a handout from one of the school counselors on your way out. Thank you so much.